hotel, but she asked me twice where I can spend the night. I can spend the night at her house. And then she asked me about the hotel. And each time I said, no, thank you. I got my cat. And that's my get free card. It really is, because a lot of people don't like cats. And I know why. Their spirits don't like cats, because cats pick up on spirits. I seen it happen with my own two eyes. I experienced it. Animals do in general, but cats, because they can see in all dimensions pretty much. That's why their eyes do what they do. They see the unseen, so they know. And so whenever someone invites me someplace and I get a sense of their spirit, I just bring up my cat. And it's not like I don't want to go. Well, I didn't want to go. But it's like you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings because you're in another dimension. I'm in another dimension. The people around me are not talking what I'm talking about. They don't even believe in magic. I asked them, so I'm not assuming. I asked them specifically if they believed in magic, and they said no. And I do know my homegirl is Catholic. Okay? And then I told y'all about my cousin who did a reading on me when I was 19 years old. And she's also a Catholic. She's an Italian Catholic. So this is the truth. There is a gay agenda, and it's to corrupt you so they can steal your energy. Because once they do that, you are disconnected from God's source. You are disconnected basically from your intuition. You are disconnected from your intuition. Okay? That's what's happening. And that also means that demons can have their way into your auric field. They can permeate. They can come through. Their thoughts can intervene your thoughts. If you're having negative thoughts, they are not you. If you're having suicidal thoughts, they are not you. Please seek help. Please, I did. There was transparent moment. I did. I don't know if the pills I took were enough to put me out. I know my arm got numb, and I sent a text message to 3 people, and one of them, who was still in op, but one of them came and got me from wherever I was at with her mother and sat up with me talking all night while I cried and everything at their house. Seriously. So, if you are experiencing suicidal thoughts, please seek help, okay? It's nothing to play with. You're in a weakened state, and you are not going to be able to do it by yourself, because you have a lot of demons attached to you, because they're trying to keep you negative, my love. They need your light. You are stronger than them. That's why it's multiple demons that are after you. Multiple legions of demons that are after you. So you must protect yourself. Seek help. Find somebody. And the 3 people that I text, they weren't like, one was someone I talked to, frequently. She didn't even respond. It was a person that I hadn't talked to in a minute. So don't be ashamed or afraid to send out a message to anybody that you haven't talked to in a minute, but y'all didn't break up on bad terms. And even if you did break up with, if you feel that in your head, in your gut, to reach out to them and call them, then do that. Because maybe they're waiting for you. Maybe whatever happened between y'all is water under the bridge. Okay? So, yeah. They wanted my energy. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because they don't have their own energy. Duh. But it's like, leave me alone. That's all I want to tell. Leave me alone. But I do understand, overstand, and understand. The greater the struggle, the greater the blessing. So, listen. I don't know what God about to do in my life or in your life. But I know we got one job to do. And that is to hold on and to keep praising and to keep smiling and to keep laughing. But address the negative too. No. We embody both energies. masculine and feminine. So sometimes that masculine energy need to take over. Now, I've come a long, 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 long way in how I communicate with people. I've always been very verbal and vocal, but my words used to shoot sometimes with daggers. And I don't want that, because I don't want that karmic energy, because I don't want to be talked to that way. So I try not to talk to other people that way like I used to. And so far, I'm doing a great job. However, there are circumstances which it calls for that. Because God and angels didn't just come from peace and light. I keep hearing that. I heard that on a reading yesterday. And then someone posted it in a post yesterday. So I'm like, okay, because I'm all about peace and light. My whole beginnings was violence. You hear me? I fought my whole life. Fighting, literally. And I don't want to fight. I really don't. Meaning physically. I don't want to fight no more. But I will. And I don't fight to lose. I never fight to lose. I fight to annihilate, pulverize, evaporate. Just, I fight to end it because I don't want to fight. So if I have to fight, if I'm put in a circumstance where I have to fight, it won't be no more fighting after that. It won't be. Because I am about peace, love, and light. I've been that way my whole life too. I just want love. That's it. I had to first love myself though. And I love myself enough to fight for myself. Fight for my peace of mind. And that's what I'm going to do. I don't know what that means, but that's how I feel right now in this very moment. So I'm also careful with my words, because words are alive. They are energy. But I know people have been trying to kill me my whole life. I know that. I have accounts of it happening. I do. Wow. I just had a revelation about a time where me and my brother was at the pool. They wanted to drown. They tried. They almost got my brother instead because I refused. And he didn't jump in the water. And I know my mom thinks that, but he didn't jump. My brother slipped because he was playing. He slipped. And now I don't even think it was him. I think it was that negative ass energy. Because my brother's younger than me. And I told him I wasn't going. My mom had brought us across the pool. Now, my mom is only like 5'2", something like that. So I recognized that the water was just over our head, but it wasn't over my mom's head. And so she had put us on her back and took us across the way. And we was all sitting there, and she was bringing other kids over. And Corey was like, "You want to jump in?" I was like, "No, I ain't jumping in." And he was like, "Ugh." And then he fell in. And my mom, her little legs, trying to get across the way, couldn't get there fast enough. So I seen this white man come, and I couldn't jump in the same car. We both would have been drowning. I knew enough not to jump off, but I knew enough to scream for help too. And so I'm screaming for help. And so this white man on the same side that we was in jumped in and got my brother. Why my mama whoop his ass all the way back on the other side? She whooped him like he was already traumatized. He just almost died. Couldn't even breathe, and then you whoop him. So I know that traumatized him. But he's not ready to unpack that trauma. He's not. He's not. Because then that would mean he has to see his mom for who she is. Spiritually. Okay? And neither one of my siblings are ready for that. You know? I do have another sibling that's away. And he's seen it. But now he's in the midst of facing his own demons. We all got to face them. You got to face the demons around you first. And then once you see them for who they are, then you got to tackle the demons that are inside you. Yeah, we have demons inside of us. Yeah, we do. You're both dark and light, my love. I didn't want to experience the dark. I experienced enough of it, but I had to see it within myself. I had to see it. And maybe my darkness ain't just like your darkness. Maybe your darkness is a little bit, I don't know. There's no judgment because God don't see it as, oh, you killed a person versus something else. It's all the same. It's low vibrational. It's low vibrational. So me being petty these past few months with the family I dwell with, and I have been being petty. I recognized it as being petty probably about a month ago. So now I'm like trying to stop being petty and trying to let go because I thought I let go of what they did. But no, I haven't if I'm still being petty towards them. So take that as a lesson for yourself too. If you're being petty with anyone and you're claiming that you let it go, my love, I'm here to shine a light on your darkness and tell you that no, you have not. You are still emotionally affected by whatever trauma you experience with them. And I'm going through that right now. So, and it's okay. It really is okay. Have compassion for yourself. I'm taking all that compassion I have for everybody around me. I'm talking about my friends, family. When I used to make all that food for brunches and invite people and don't ask nobody to help, and then I did everything. I'm taking all that energy and I'm putting it into me. And it's a hard lesson to learn, y'all. It's hard for me to even put that much attention on myself. It feels weird. But why should it feel weird for me loving on myself? Sometimes I just sit in the room and just be like, what do I do? And sometimes the answer is nothing. Yesterday it was, hey, let's condition our hair and bring our curls back popping because we've neglected our hair for the past couple of days. I don't know, am I depressed? I don't feel depressed, but I was depressed before and didn't feel it. So, just spending time outside, my loves. I think I'm going for another walk around because I'm back. So it takes me 45 minutes to walk around. I am back at my house at the entrance. Let me go check on my cat though. I'm gonna go check on Lucky before I head back out. And then reapply my lip gloss because my lips is chapped. I burnt my lip, y'all. That's why I'm going trying to take the scab off. I burned my freaking lip. And no, it wasn't smoking. It was on a hot freaking spoon. Being greedy. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Now, I don't know what this means about those who are bisexual and have engaged in same sex. I don't know that other half because I didn't live that other half. I only know what my half is and what was trying to happen to me. So I cannot answer any questions on what happens if you are. I don't know. In order for me to answer that question, I would have to go to someone who is bisexual and spiritually awakened to get that answer, because I don't know. I really don't know. I know what I experienced, and I know the information I gathered from multiple sects. Multiple sects. That means sections. Sect. Multiple. And one of them being Tarotland. And if you are a part of Tarotland, I thank you. I thank you for the information. I appreciate it. There was one tarot reader, though, that advised somebody it was Astro Queen. She advised in one of her videos not to tell someone that they were bisexual. And I'm like, why? That's lying, though. Why would you advise someone to lie? I thought that to be very odd, though. I did. I thought it to be odd. Why would you advise someone to lie? That's deceptive. That's deceitful. And then, energetically, if you do that, you are tying your energy with that energy. I'm not going to say it's demonic because I don't know if it's demonic. I just know, well, it is. It really is, because they're trying to steal your energy that way. They're trying to block your spiritual gifts. They are. They're trying to block your spiritual gifts. If they can take that innocent part of you, if they can get you engaged in same-sex rituals, then they possess your energy. That means that you don't get your spiritual gifts, whatever that may be. You don't get them because you defiled yourself. You defiled yourself. So you don't get them. That's what that means. That's what it would mean for my life if I had engaged in same sex. That's what it would mean for my life. And trust me, I have had women, and this is like, not bragging or anything like that, but I've had women hit on me all the time. All the time. And I don't have a problem with gay people. Never have. I've gone to gay clubs with my cousin who's bisexual. I love people in general. But what I don't like is the spirits that are trying to corrupt. I don't like that. And I'm not saying that every gay person has that agenda. But I'm assuming, and I could be making an ass out of myself, but I am assuming that if by engaging in that type of activity, you lose your spiritual gifts, I would say then it's something you shouldn't do, right? And I'm not talking about the Ten Commandments for all you Bible thumpers that may watch my. I'm not talking about the Ten Commandments because the Ten Commandments is. I don't want to be blasphemous and say it's. All of those rules from the Vatican and from Baptist churches and all that stuff, they are. That just distracted me. All those, I just lost my train of thought. Anywho, I did. It's a lot going on right now in front of me. Anyhow, I'm not going to be distracted from what I have to say, though. There was a problem. There would have been a problem. And I don't know what the problem would have been or looked like for my life if I would have engaged in same sex. I don't know what it would have looked like, so I can't answer that question. I just know that the people that were around me that were trying to corrupt me, because they were, I see it. I see the intent behind their actions. But it didn't work. It didn't work. I'm alive today. The same people were trying to sacrifice me. Yeah, this is so much to talk about, but it's the truth. I watched a tarot reader yesterday, and she looked dead into the camera, and she said, okay, I see it now. All is fair in war. She said, all is fair in war, love. No, she said, love, it's okay. All is fair in war. And she was like, bitch. And I was like, wow, that was really strong. What happened? I'm still new to the journey, so I don't know what other people know, but I do pick up on when energies shift. So I know tarot land know more than I do, because I'm still a newbie into this sect, into spirituality. But I'm learning. And I'm thankful that God and my spiritual guides and my spiritual team are just on it for me, because I am literally like still learning. It blew my mind when I recognized who Michael was. It blew my mind when I recognize who the last Mohican was. It blew my mind when I recognized that there was a gay agenda. It blew my mind when I recognized who my family was and how they treated me and how deliberate it was and how they was trying to gaslight me. And then when I bring it up, they say it didn't happen, but it actually did happen because there were other people that wasn't part of the narcissistic spider's web that were witness to it, that was able to verify and confirm that it did happen. You see how that worked? God will always give you a witness. God will always give you a witness. God will always give you a witness. It won't be nobody that's part of gaslighting you and trying to steal. They literally, my family tried to sacrifice me by gaslighting me. That's what sacrificed me. When you hear tarot readers or the spiritual community talk about sacrificing you in what it looks like, and I don't know what it looks like in the spirit realm, but what it looks like here in the 3D is you not being supported, you not being loved, you being molested, you being abused emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually, you being just all around. That's what it looks like. That's what it looked like for me. Let me be clear. That's what it looked like for me when the people around me were gaslighting. And it only happened when I couldn't do anything for them. Understand that. This didn't happen when I was working and I was taking everybody kids and I was doing all kinds of stuff. It didn't happen then. This happened when I could no longer be of light to them. When I pulled my light back, when I pulled my energy back, when I stopped giving to them, when I stopped communicating with them, when I stopped engaging in arguments with them, then it was like, okay, I seen the difference in who the people were around me. But as long as I gave my hand out and as long as I was giving of myself, I didn't see them for who they were. It took for me to be down to nothing and everything at the same time to see people for who they were. And I say I was down to nothing and everything because I was down to nothing in this physical realm, in this physical presence. Whatever humans and people hold on to and attach to: houses, cars, clothes, jewelry, trips, hair, nails, Gucci glasses, Fendi this, Prada that, TJ Maxx, TJ Maxx is one of my favorite stores, so I don't care. I love their dresses. Anywho, that's part of that story. And that's it in a nutshell. I mean, there's specific stories that I can build up, but that's it in a nutshell. There is a gay agenda, and the churches are involved. If they were built from the Roman or the Nazi foundation, they are involved. And I'm gathering from what I've gleaned and from what I'm witnessing with my own eyes, is that it's this whole system that this world was built on. 400 plus years worth. I don't know what the previous years were. Well, yeah, I do know. During the ancient Egypt era and all other kinds of stuff. But during the Roman Empire, things got a little nasty. Isn't the Catholic Church built on the Roman Empire? I believe so. Didn't they start the Crusades? Didn't the Catholic Church start the Crusades? I believe so. And I'm remembering movies about like angels and demons with Tom Hanks. I need to rewatch those again. Cause now, and I remember watching it then, and I still remember some pieces of it, but I need to watch it again because now I have 3 eyes instead of 2. So let's see if I can do that. Be mindful, y'all. So again, this is no shade to the gay community at all. None at all. This has just been my experience and what I know to be true. Now, you can argue with me, but I won't argue back because I can't argue with you about your experience. And if you didn't live my experience, you can't argue with me about my experience. So there's no need for me to argue in the comments or anything like that. I am curious to know what your experiences have been. If you've experienced the same things that I have people been coming on to you and things like that. If anything in my video resonates with you, I would like to hear it at the bottom because right now I have like 41 subscribers and I kind of feel like they're just people that are curious, because I don't get too much interaction, and I really would like interaction. Because if you haven't watched any of my 300 or so videos, you know that I am in isolation mode, and I don't get to talk to too many people that resonate at my vibration. Okay, I just don't. I thought I did when I had, the last Mohican. This is no shade to the Native American race. Um, but she was the last, and she was the undercover one. I've never even watched the movie The Last Mohican, so I'm not. It was just something that came to me because she was the last of the undercover narcissist. So I'm not in any way. Maybe I should change her name, because I don't know what that movie was about, and I'm sure it wasn't about the last Mohican being an undercover narcissist. So that's just a bad comparison, but I'll figure something else out. Anywho, yeah, it's crazy. I have been living, and I remember saying when all the bad stuff was happening, I was like, this is the Twilight Zone. Like, what happened? It was like somebody hit a switch, and things just went crazy, y'all. It was crazy. People said some crazy things to me and did some crazy things, and I was wondering, like, my life didn't warrant this, because I never treated anyone like that. I opened up my house to people. I really did. I really did. To them and their children, or to just them when they was popping in from out of town, from New York. I did. I let people I ain't talked to, who was from the same neighborhood, stay with me. Didn't pay me nothing, but was getting money. But I know, they was trying to save up to move and stuff. But I also know that that was a part of the narcissistic spider's web, because I had in-house weed. She actually, well, my homegirl that came over when I had the surgery was the first one that gave me the weed. And then the devil knew what to do, because he moved a girl in there that smoked weed her whole life. And then I started smoking. And then the boyfriend that I had, my boyfriend currently at the time, and I'll say Nino Brown because that name rings true. And he was definitely, anywho, he didn't even want me smoking weed. And I was hiding it when I was smoking with her. That's how the devil got me. And here we are now. And I'm trying to stop smoking weaponized grade weed, which has you addicted and confused. Just so you know, I'm not telling no lie. I'm telling you what I experienced. And I know what I experienced when I first started smoking, all the way up until now. And I noticed a change after me being sober for 2 months. And I told y'all about that too. And then when I started back smoking, when my brother and my nephew came over, it's been weaponized marijuana since, because I recognized how it's been hard for me to stop, and what I'm feeling physically, and what's been happening to my mind lately in the past 3 weeks or so. And I'm talking about short-term memory. It's like, okay, if I get up here and I walk in the house and I'm about to go in there and I plan to do something, as soon as I get in there, I can't remember. That's happened too frequently. And it's not coincidence. And it hadn't happened to me before like that. Or I would have peeped it. Okay? So please take what I say with a grain of salt. Apply it to your life however it resonates, however it feels. I don't know, you may be on the other side of this and you may want to argue with me, but I'm not going to argue with you, because no matter what, I love you. I just can't be a part of no agenda. I just can't be. And I won't be. Not on no level. I've always held sex sacred. Between two people. Now, don't get me wrong. Have I ever fantasized about two men? Absolutely. I've never fantasized about another man and me and another woman. Never have. But I've always fantasized about two men. What it would be like. And then when I watched a little porn and seen that, I didn't like it. What I saw, because it was a little violent. It was like they didn't treat her like the queen she is. So, no, I've never engaged in menage a trois. Never have. And I'm too, like, when it comes to two men and me. It's like, what? I don't know. And I know I would really have to be out of my body for me to experience that. And I don't want to be out of my body. So the next time I engage in intercourse, I want it to be beautiful. I want it to be with two awakened souls that love each other and are committed to each other on a spiritual level first before the physical even happens. That's what I want. That's what I desire. I want him to know me before he gets to know me, if you know what I'm talking about. Know me without the sex. Know me first. Outside is appealing. Don't get it twisted, y'all, because them packages, that demon I slept with that I recognized and saw his spirit and did it anyway, he was fine and had a big one. Most demons probably do. I'm going to make that guess. Most demons probably do. And he was one of them buses. I don't know if the spirit inside him was male or female, so he could have been an incubus or a succubus. He was one of them. He may have been both of them. What if both his energies was that? Because he was... And he had the nerve to reach out to me last year through an old Instagram that I created, but never even... There's zero. There's people who friended me, but I have zero posts on it because it was by accident. And he sent me an email via that and a text message, and I politely blocked his ass. I did. No demons. Understand, you're going to have people coming back from the woodwork because you've pulled your energy back, and they're dying slowly. Those who are not of the light, those who have no soul. I don't know what happens to those who have a soul and just, but their heart is broken, so it allows them to hurt people. I don't know what happens. I just believe those types of people will deal with their karma. So whatever they dished out in that manner, whether it be mental abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, or spiritual abuse, they're going to get that back in return. But the ones that do that and do dirt and kill children and do all kinds of things, they are going to die slowly because they will no longer have their supply. That's just some of the things that I've gathered, y'all. And I have journals full. So, let's see. Right now, I'm probably going to apply some more. Or no, I may just do a heating cap on my hair. I'm just still learning to love myself and pay more attention to myself than what's going on in the outside. And I'm like you guys. I love to go get my hair done and do the gym, but